Hello everyone, welcome along. It is JDQ week 5 or series 2 as I've now completed 4 weeks of quizzing. So thank you very much for joining me. It's Monday the 3rd of February. Hope you are well. Congratulations ladies and gentlemen. You have got through the longest month of the year. I know statistically and on paper it's not the longest month of the year, but it always feels like the longest month of the year. February is here. The colder weather hopefully is behind us. We can start warming up again here in the UK. Or, I mean, there are a lot of people watching this around the world as well, according to the statistics on my Acast Insights. So it's really great to see that it's not, again, just stuck here in the UK. It has spread around the world, which is great to see. Lots of great comments. I've got the YouTube comments open at the moment for Monday's quiz. And some brilliant comments, and there is a couple of things that I did want to pick up on. The music between the questions was a little loud. Yeah, don't worry, I will have had that tweaked for this week. I was playing around with it last week to try and see if I can find the level. And the great thing is you've all picked up on it, which is brilliant. So that will be slightly adjusted for this week. It will be more subtle in the background. I just don't like that sort of dead air sound, especially, sort of coming from that radio kind of style. So yeah, I'll make sure that gets all adjusted for this week for you. And also want to apologize for Thursday's JDQ. I hate the sound of my own voice. So when I'm editing, it does take a bit of sort of, getting used to. And I did miss the very glaring edit that I needed to take out. It's a good job it was that edit and not the point where I was swearing because I'd got something completely wrong. So at least it was the sort of reset and go back to the beginning rather than the expletives that came out of my mouth on there. But yeah, so last Monday's quiz, obviously it was the first one with a music clip. I've got some more music clips for you this week. I'm just trying to find it now. I did enjoy this. The username of Butler PA100. Yes, us regulars got the answer to question 5 and wrote it down before you asked. Which I wanted to go with something that was a little bit easier, but I have got some more backwards stuff this week, backwards music. I'm gonna stick with it for now until I can find. I am talking to a company that will hopefully allow me to use sort of proper songs going forward, and also, not just going forward, but also going forward as well. So I am in talks with them. They've reached out to me after sort of playing the music clips. They must have heard something on one of my quizzes. So I am in talks for it. It's not just for the podcast, but also for my main quizzes as well on YouTube on a Thursday and Saturday night. So fingers crossed, I'll keep you posted on that. But that will be a lovely addition if we can have some music going forward. Right, let's get into today's quiz. It is, as I said, Monday the 3rd of February. Let's see how you do with your selection for today. Welcome to Series 2, Episode 1. Here we go. Question number 1 for you this morning. In the acronym GCHQ, what does the letter G stand for? So in the acronym GCHQ, what does the letter G stand for? Question number 2, what number does L represent in Roman numerals? So what number even does L represent in Roman numerals? Number 3, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern starred as the Wet Bandit thieves in the original Home Alone film. But what were their character names? They were called Harry and what? No doubt you might have watched this over the festive period. But yeah, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern starred as the Wet Bandit thieves in the original Home Alone film. But what were their character names? They were called Harry and what? Question number 4, which games console has buttons X, O, square and triangle? So which games console has buttons X, O, square and triangle? Okay, then your final question for today. It is a music clip. I need your comments on these as well. I know you've been brilliant about saying, the clips are great, etc. But I don't want to overdo it. So I've got another 3 in for this week. So obviously I record these a week in advance. So I've got 3 in for this week. 1 today, 1 Wednesday, and 1 on Friday. Fridays isn't backwards again. So the Monday, Wednesday ones are backwards, and then Friday. Is it too much? Is it not enough? I mean, there could be that sort of element to it. So do let me know in the comments on YouTube or in the comments of the podcast, etc. Let me know, or on social posts. Let me know, is it too much? Is it not enough? You know, let me know what you're thinking about the clips as well. But for today then, question number 5 today. Here is your clip. It's a theme tune. So name the theme tune from this clip. Only trouble is, it's going backwards. Okay, right, so are you ready for it again? I thought you might be. Here we go. Let's have it again. Right, there we go. So that is all then of your questions for Monday, the 3rd of February. So in just a moment, Dave, the old countdown man, is going to count you back in to when I go through the answers. So make sure you've got them locked in. Make sure you've got them written down somewhere safe or stored away in your brain if you happen to be driving. We don't want you using pens and paper while you are driving. Concentrate on the road. I'll give you the answers. So make sure you've got them written down. Make sure you've got them locked away in your head. Here we go. Answers coming up after Dave.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, so let's see then how you did with your first quiz of Series 2, your first quiz of February as well. We started today then with this in the acronym GCHQ. What does the G stand for? It is government. Government Communications Headquarters. Number 2, what number does L represent in Roman numerals? It is 50. 50. I've gone into bingo caller mode again. 50. Number 3, Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern starred as the Wet Bandit thieves in the original Home Alone film. But what were their character names? They were called Harry and Marv. Yeah. The two most inept, bumbling criminals known to man, taken down by a small child. Number 4, which games console has buttons X, O, square, and triangle? It is PlayStation. Yep. And then your final question then today was this clip. And it was the theme tune to EastEnders. Yeah. Which was released. There are some lyrics for this. I think it was Anita Dobson, Brian May's wife or former wife. I can't remember if they're still married. But yeah, Anita Dobson, who played Angie in EastEnders, she re-recorded the EastEnders theme tune with some words and changed it to Anyone Can Fall in Love. Yeah, there you go. Random rubbish that I didn't have for you. Okay, so then if you need a tie-breaking question then for today, if you've ended up on the same score, if you want to play along for fun, it is this. How many people went on the trip in the first Home Alone movie? So I'm not talking about how many people lived in that house, although it does seem a bit like a TARDIS. It must be much bigger on the inside. I know it was a big house, but there was a lot of people. But how many people went on the trip in the first Home Alone movie? As always, nearest to it gets the point. Okay, that answer then in 3, 2, 1. It's 15. Yeah, there were 15 of them. Someone recently did a sort of a retrospective look at it. How much would it cost, not just for those 15 people to go on that first trip, but then how much it would then cost as well to get those 15 people back on emergency flights and hotels and all of that kind of thing. The answer is a lot of money in today's prices. A lot of money. Bearing in mind, I think it was just like 1990 when Home Alone came out. But yeah, so a lot of money to try and get everybody back after leaving someone behind. So there's the lesson. Don't leave people behind. And there we go. That is your first quiz of the week, all done and dusted. So thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, you're doing brilliant at this, and really, really appreciate it. Continue to share your scores in the social media posts or on the comments of, I don't think there's comments on the Apple one. I've not been able to find the comments at the very least. But I've seen the comments on the Spotify one, so that's brilliant. So thank you very much. And obviously there are comments if you're watching this on YouTube as well. So make sure you keep those comments with your scores and everything coming through. Let me know, as I said before, about your clips and stuff as well. That is it then from me for I can't even remember the date, Monday the 3rd of February. Thank you very much for being here today. I'll be back tomorrow with another 5 questions for you, another song to get stuck in your head, some fairy tales, some movie, some geography, and some books, all wrapped up for you tomorrow. But for now, I will see you soon. As always, from me, take care, stay safe.